When you think of Twickenham, you probably think of rugby, but what about these views over the River Thames? Well, the area behind me has amazing views over the river, and that's Twickenham Riverside, and it's set for redevelopment. But as it says here in the Richmond and Twickenham Times, those plans have been firmly rejected. So what are the alternatives? Well, one of the ideas is to bring a Twickenham Lido to this area. Now, there was one here before. Of course, the heyday of the Lido was in the 1930s, when over 169 were built in Britain. The only two remaining in our area are there in Tooting Bec and also in Brockwell. But what about the resurgence of the Lido around the country? We've seen them in Bristol and most recently in Reading. Could it work here in Twickenham?
The vision is based on the need to regenerate the heart of Twickenham, to put something in the heart of Twickenham that people who live in Twickenham will use and will make them proud of their town. At the moment, a lot of people getting in their cars to go shopping or do something head off to Kingston or Richmond, but they don't go into Twickenham. And the Lido will actually give them something to be proud of, but it'll also give them something that they will use.
As part of the council's competition, we did a consultation. And maybe it shouldn't be our surprise, but one of the themes that kept coming up from people we spoke to was, when we asked what should be on the riverside, they said, well, it should be a Lido.
It was so nice to see a Lido reinstated for the whole area. It would just revitalise and bring so many more people into Twickenham.
It's a wonderful opportunity to get not simply a swimming pool, but something that's so much more, and combine it with the activities that will regenerate what is rather a sad town centre at the moment.
The site, as I say, used to contain a very large swimming pool with diving boards, which I used as a kid many, many years ago. It then fell into disrepair and was vandalised. It was such a tragedy that we've lost a very valuable amenity.
Twickenham has lost so much. It's lost its cinema, it's lost its ice rink, and it's lost its Lido. So here is an opportunity to bring one of those back, and that's what we hope to do.
We remembered the Lido that been in Bristol, which is very popular, and it's of a size that actually would fit on the site, and that was the key thing, because the original Lido, the scale, there was no room for it anymore. But the Bristol Lido has a concept that actually can fit on a relatively small site, be sustainable and actually deliver what people want.
Is effectively a spa, which will not simply have a swimming pool, but it'll have treatment rooms, it'll have places that you can simply relax, it'll have a coffee bar, it'll have some good restaurants. And so depending what you want out of it, you can either simply go there to relax, or you can go there as part of your fitness regime, maybe on your way to work in the morning. You can pop down at lunchtime and meet friends for lunch there. You can take a prolonged afternoon, particularly in summer when hopefully we get some sunshine, because there'll be sunbathing decks. There'll be a marvellous view over the river. It'll be a wonderful place to visit.
Twickenham Riverside is a working riverside. There are also a number of sporting activities. We have Twickenham Rowing Club, we have the Stand-Up Paddleboarding Club, and these clubs have expressed an interest in taking boat houses, which would probably be at the front of the Lido, and then we would bring sports and leisure combined onto the Twickenham Riverside once again.
And the Lido would be alongside open public space. Now this could be used for variety of uses. It could be for entertainment, public entertainment. Especially one of the things that people have asked about is, another area for a market, a riverside market, whether it's on a regular basis, monthly, and effectively it would also open up the riverside view from the town centre. What people have always wanted is to reconnect the river to the town centre, so to open up the sight line. But the addition of a town square, for instance, all of this is possible, but it all ties in together as part of making it the heart of Twickenham and somewhere for people to come to.
The idea of making a hub here at Twickenham Riverside sounds great, but with councils under greater pressure to cut budgets and to save money more than ever before, is it really a financially viable option?
It is financially viable. I'm not going to argue that you can't make more money if you put a 6-storey block of flats extending like a wall across the riverside, but that's not what the people in Twickenham want. And if we can create an attraction that brings people into Twickenham, so that when they get in their car in the morning, they come to their own town, you will increase the prosperity of Twickenham, you'll increase activity in the town centre, the whole retail area will benefit.
It would bring a degree of tourism back into the town. It's to revitalise that particular area, bringing in more opportunity for the residents, also a new workforce, and bringing a boost to the economy.
The Lido is fully funded. It has a firm offer from Bristol Lido to fund it without requirement of any funds from the council or anyone else. It's sustainable. It will be. It won't require any future funding. It's a standalone, but it will also help with the ripple effect in the Twickenham centre of people coming to it, having a destination to come to, and then they will move on to other shops and other facilities within Twickenham, helping bring some life back to the town centre.
So if the idea of bringing the hub and heart of Twickenham to here at Twickenham Riverside is such a good idea and has so much support, and indeed is financially viable for the short and long term, why aren't we hearing more about the alternative ideas for this area?
I was disappointed that only one scheme submitted to the council, one of 5 was exhibited. So we don't know what the others are. I've found out about one, I found out about the Lido and joined forces with them to try and combine our 2 approaches. If you look at the scheme I did and the Lido scheme, it means that there are 4 schemes that the public haven't seen. So why can't we see all of the schemes and make a choice?
To get information from the local authority has at times been frustrating and very disappointing. And as a taxpayer regularly of the borough, I want to see where my money is going, quite frankly, at the end of the day. I'd like them to be totally open and publish all the schemes so we can actually have a view as to what the best scheme would be, even if it's an amalgam of 2 schemes.
Quinlan Terrier put forward almost as a fait accompli. Now, we did find that very frustrating, and we find it very odd that more of these schemes, or maybe the top 3, hadn't been put forward as alternatives, for the public to view, and not just have one scheme and that was it.
I think what you can do from your living room is go onto the website, twickenhamlido.com, and find the petition and put your views there, exactly what you want to say to the council, and it'll be there in the public domain for everybody to see.
This is a once-in-a-generation scheme and a chance for residents to have their say and choose what is going to be there. At the moment, it seems like there's a one choice and one choice only. Perhaps residents should be contacting their councillors. They should get involved in the process and actually ask what is happening and ask why they're not having greater consultation. We have put forward a petition which has got over 2,300 signatures already from people who say they would like to see a Lido there, but that their voice is not being listened to. And we just feel that everyone should take part in this because it's too important not to.
We've had a very positive view about the Twickenham Lido, which definitely has a lot of keen support. But it's not going to be an easy decision. And maybe that time should be taken, and maybe the people of Twickenham need to lend their voice to the final decision. You can find out more information on the links below. This is Alistair Greener for South West London TV at Twickenham Riverside.